Hi, Sai.
Howdy. How's it going on, Jen?
Good. How are you? I gotta turn my
I'm
volume
doing
up here.
good.
There you are. Okay, you got quiet. You're alive. I know everyone was very excited to hunt for you this week.
Oh boy, I've been out for several weeks, and so
I know you have.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was funny opening up my TikTok and discovering that people were making videos about my disappearance. We went from the
we
vanishing of Will Bayer to the vanishing of Cy Foster.
Dennis and I we were having a good time with that, watching all of them come
I
in.
could
So
tell.
speaking of Dennis, where is Mr. Dennis? Let's see.
Yeah, well, yeah, 7 p.m. CST will be 8 p.m. his time, I think.
It is. It is. It is.
Leanne, I think you made a video too, didn't you?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Leanne was searching around her house.
Oh, she was through the presents and everything.
Yep. 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 She did a good job. We had people out in the snow. We had Scooby, and let's see who else. Millie did the Pink Panther. There were a lot of them. It was good. You guys forgive me as you're coming in. If you're hearing weird chomping noises in the background, my dog is just going nuts with his bone right now. He's mad at me. So, there's Dennis. Okay, we'll bring him up. Bam. Hopefully this comes up right. Yay.
You need to share a screen with this guy.
I'm sorry. I know. I know.
Good God.
Is this the first time you two have been on screen together for
No,
a while?
we've been before.
Okay.
Once.
Okay. Fair enough. Well,
Angelo.
welcome. So, for anyone here who does not know about the massive Cy and Dennis rivalry that's gone on, do you guys want to introduce yourselves and let them know who you are and what this is?
They say let old people go first, so I'm gonna let Dennis go.
Dennis, do you want to go first?
Wait, what happened?
There he is.
What's going on now?
We're just telling people who you are. Anyone who might not know you guys.
Did Cy Foster call me old?
He did. He did.
Shoe fits.
What?
If the shoe fits,
Well, yeah, no, he's right. I'm old. That's fair.
I'm getting there.
You hope.
I can't comb my hair, and yeah, I've been having migraines for 2 days, and I can't touch the side of my head. The moment I touch the side of my head, it sends a shooting pain in my left eye,
Oh no.
and so I can't touch my hair. So I had to put a hat on it because otherwise I'm like very disheveled and unkempt, and I have like this afro hair everywhere. So
He did this on purpose so we'd be nice to him.
Well, I
no,
wasn't
I
going to say
didn't.
it being nice. I was going to say he's going incognito so we don't get the Henry Cavill comments tonight. So listen, Ash and I already talked about that. We have already thrown our numbers out for what we think is going to happen on that one.
It's not
So
gonna happen because I got a hat now. So. You both
fair
lost.
enough. All right. So Dennis, you want to tell the lovely folks a little bit about who you are, and let's talk about your book.
Who I am? I'm Dennis Brown. I'm an author from upstate New York, and I'm a dad. I don't know. There's probably a lot, but
You've done a lot of things.
oh yeah, I've done a lot of things.
You're very humble. Yes. So yeah, Dennis is from New York. Cy is from Italy originally, correct?
I am, yes.
Yes, yes. This is gonna hurt me later. I know. Okay. So
He's pretending he was from Italy. He's actually Australian.
All right, mate.
But I sorry. He's the heir to the Foster's beer fortune.
And
have
I
you been
and I
practicing
smuggle
that?
and I smuggle kangaroos. So.
Have you been practicing that side? That was pretty good.
No, and it's just I did it once, and it just comes out now.
That's awesome.
Not that hard.
It's almost as good as my bad New Yorker, so we're good. Oh my
My
gosh.
New Yorker
Okay.
is really bad.
You can do my New York accent, Aunt Jen. It's easier.
Well, yeah, I like yours. It's doable. My New Yorker is it's terrible, but I'm
Well,
not gonna stop. So
so is theirs. Fair enough.
we love you, New York. Okay, so you both write in, well, we'll start here. You've both written in science fiction genre. Yes.
More or less.
Okay. But here's one of the reasons I was
Nope.
excited to read both of your books, because I don't read science fiction, and you know this, I've told you this. But
Me neither.
they're well, but they're both very, I would say, much more humanistic stories rather than,
Yeah, that's why I said we kind of both wrote science fiction, because I think in both cases there's science fiction elements, but in science stories too, there's a lot of human relationship stuff going on.
Yeah.
That really transcends the what's going on or the genre or the setting. At the end of the day, like the Girl from Nostrand sort of takes place in this multi-planetary world, so there's spaceships and stuff, but really it's a story about people and hardship, and there's a bunch of subplots sort of taking shots at government and religion and stuff like that. So
Sure. So where did you come up with your idea, Dennis?
So, I have kids, and my son, he was probably 11, I guess, and he was watching this cartoon, and I wasn't paying attention. And then I realized, started paying attention. I realized that the cartoon was like knights, but it was sci-fi knights. So they were riding like robot horses, and they had laser lances, and it's just like this weird. And I'm like watching, like, what in the world? And so the idea that came to me was like, well, what if there was a futuristic type society, but they didn't have futuristic weapons?
Okay.
So then for like 3 months, I just thought about this idea of like, how could that happen? And then I came up with it. Like, oh, I know how that could happen. And so I started writing the book at work, at my job. And the story sort of took over. Originally, the book was actually called The Hatchet. And as I started writing it, the title changed, because it's not about what I started out to talk about, because the characters sort of ran away with it. But yeah, so that was the initial kernel of an idea, was just trying to think of a creative way to have spaceships and no guns.
Okay. I'm a fan of that. I like it. So let's go, Sai. Now, I want to start here with you, because was the All Being Chronicles, was that your first set of books that you've written?
It was, and everything was my very first, because this battle right here.
Okay. I love both of these books. They were amazing. Where did you come up with that wild idea? Because it's, for anyone who hasn't read that, it's kind of a mix of, I wouldn't even call it sci-fi so much as more like 80s movie, like exciting kind of Terminator type stuff.
It's 80s and 90s galore. Basically, it's a nod to all the great classics, but also, the Truman Show, I always say, Terminator, artificial intelligence, and then we move into the 2000s with iRobot and the Truman Show. So there's a little bit of all four in there. And I don't typically share where I got the idea, because it's a personal thing. But it came about because of a very powerful experience, from a traumatic experience I went through. And it was the vessel that I needed to carry this traumatic experience to a close and heal from it. And I don't go through details, but that's pretty much where it came from. And originally it was a different story altogether. Much like for Dennis, the title was supposed to be different altogether. I always knew my title was going to be The All Being, because that's a name that came to me. But the story was different.
Okay.
And so I ended up with a different story altogether. But that's the origin of it.
So, see, it fascinates me, because even Dennis, with yours being so out there, like, interplanetary and all the things that happen, there's still pieces of you in that book. Like,
Oh, for sure, yeah.
yeah. I don't know, like, can an author write a story without putting a piece of themselves into the book?
I don't think so. And like so like for me, the part of the story that for me I really love is the relationship between the Hatchet and Rachel. So it's this like giant, I don't know, would you say morally gray? I mean, he's
Yeah.
He's almost an anti-hero, but not quite. Like, he's there, right? Yeah.
Morally dark gray.
Yeah.
And in part two that I'm finishing up now, like you kind of find out how dark that dark gray gets or got in the past. But yeah, he's like this morally gray, and he has this relationship with this little girl, and like it sort of changes who he is in a sense to have her there and to care about her. Whereas before, I don't think he kind of didn't experience that. So like that, and then she's never really hasn't had a father in a long time since she was little girl, and so like that relationship is kind of what interests me about the story. Like that's what I like. They're back and forth what they're doing. Like that's really what I enjoyed writing as it went on, and then to some extent the villain Oestra kind of cracks me up just how horrible she is. But yeah, so I think there's parts of me in the Hatchet, and then the girl Rachel. Every time I got stuck, because I'd never been a 13, 14-year-old girl, like I don't know. So every time I got stuck, I reached out to my youngest daughter, and I was just like, "Oh, here, if you were in this situation, what would you do, or what would you say?" And she would like respond, and I would just put it right in it's in there. Like her answers, that's the dialogue. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, so I mean, it's definitely personal.
Well, yeah, and then it's good you went to her for research. I mean, she's the source for that. So
yeah, she's like that snarky, kind of sarcastic, like uncompromising. Like that's her. So it's just kind of like it's to some extent she's that character.
That's awesome.
But she's done funny things. I'm like, what if you were in the woods and it was dark, like this is happening, what would you do? And she's like, I wouldn't be in the woods when it was dark. Like, I'm like, all right, that's not helpful.
But smart.
Yeah, I mean,
that's smart. You're
right, fair enough. Well. I already wrote that part, so you are.
Have you guys ever heard of the movie Leon the Professional?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Rachel reminded me of that relationship.
Right. So it's like Leon the Professional. It's like Hound and Arya Stark in Game of Thrones. There's a bunch of people have played around with it, but yeah, I like it. I mean, I just like that. If it's a trope or whatever, I'm a fan of it.
Yeah, it's a good one. It really is. So I need to talk to you about this penchant that you have for just getting rid of characters in your books, sir. I get attached.
Wait till my fantasy comes out.
At least when I get rid of the characters, you barely know their name.
I feel like it's almost like a path for me to get rid of people that I can't get rid of in real life.
I love that.
Put me, but don't put me. No, it's I think the way I did it and the old being left a lot of people with a bitter taste in their mouth. But I don't think you've reached the end of the trilogy.
I have not.
Yeah, I think the end of the trilogy is what you will hate me most for.
Okay, I won't hate you. I may say things to you to let you know.
You can hate a man, Jen. We all do. It's all right.
It's okay.
No,
that's what we're here for.
I'm not getting in the rivalry. I just sit back and watch this. So, well, as far as like from the indie perspective, because I know Sai, you've kind of made the transition now over to trad, but when you were doing your indie books, what was the hardest thing? Like, what was the hardest part of it?
Yeah, I mean, at first probably the same thing that happened to, I don't know how Dennis went about it, but for me it was figuring out all the pieces, like the formatting, the cover, where to upload it, how to price it, where to price it, what distribution system, and all that good jazz. I think that was the hardest part of the process was compiling all the information needed to publish, because you can go online right now and say self-publish help, and you can find a $35 course that shows you how to self-publish. But when I did it, I didn't pay anyone to learn how to do it. I literally pieced that together myself.
Yeah.
Bit by bit until I had books in my hands.
Yeah.
So that was a challenge. Now I know how to do it, and my spicy novella, I did it myself. So
okay. Okay.
Yeah, now I can self-publish all I want. So
okay.
it's actually not that hard once you get,
Would you say once you get the first one out of the way, then you kind of figure it out?
I
And
think this on your second one, you have to. The second one is going to be a trial. The first one is the trial and error. The second one is okay. I got to remember how to do this, and then after that, should be smooth sailing for you.
okay,
After that, you can actually have fun. Like you can because in the second one, you're going to do exactly what you did the first time because you're freaking out that something's not going to work out.
yeah,
Going from your third on, you can actually try different formatting, different drawings, different layouts, different cover settings, and it becomes actually a fun game to play. So yeah, for sure.
okay. Dennis, would you say the same, or was there a different part of the process that was frustrating for you?
No, the formatting thing is impossible, and I'm too old for that. So my fiance did help me do it. She's amazing, and so yeah, she helped me with that. She helped me with editing a lot of the kind of daunting stuff to being a writer. She took on and was fantastic with.
Nice.
So I really lucked out with that. I think for me the hardest part, aside from writing, editing, making sure I was happy with the story, was it's just trying. When I published The Girl from the Strong Part 1, I didn't have a TikTok. I didn't really have. I had like a Facebook, Instagram with just my family on it. So it's like I was starting from scratch with just like introducing myself to people and trying to figure out how to market the book. So I think that's been the hardest part for me, is to try to, and I have no idea what works and what doesn't work. So I try TikTok. I feel like it's funny because I'm getting better at TikTok because I have videos that like take off, but like never have anything to do with the book.
No, they don't.
So, like,
Same.
yeah. I don't know. So I don't know what I'm doing, but so that's complicated. I think for me, I'd like to get better at that at some point. But I also think too, like, Cy, for example, he's been at this longer. He's 3 novels, a full series is out. He's on to the next thing. He's really good at engaging with people. So it's just I think it just takes time.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I get exhausted, Dennis. When I'm on live, I engage with people, and like Ash knows, Angel knows, everybody knows. I get exhausted. Like if I could push a button and not do this and be successful, I would take it instantly right now. I would stop talking to you guys altogether. I love you.
Yeah.
It's exhausting for me. For someone like me, I seem to be very outgoing, and partly I am. But I'd much rather be in my office writing and publishing than doing social media.
Yeah.
It's a struggle for me. Yeah.
Well, I would say too that's probably the majority of writers. Like we're all your internal people.
Yeah. Right. Well, like for me, like with the deciding whether to publish independently or to try to get published through a traditional publisher, I thought, well, it's going to take a lot of work either way, and to try to sell the book to a publisher it's not going to be less work than trying to sell it to readers. And if I go the independent route, I can publish the book I want to write.
Yeah.
Because I've heard so many horror stories of other writers about, not horror stories, but just the publishing company gets involved and forces them essentially to change the story, and I don't want to do that. So I was like, well, I'll have to figure out how to let people know that the book exists, and so whatever it is what it is.
You've been doing great with it. I've seen the videos.
Starting to fight with Cy helped, so that was good.
So, is this rivalry still a rivalry? Are we still arguing, gentlemen?
I won, so I quit TikTok.
No,
and, we moved on with it.
Do you know, Cy, that's been his story? That he won and kicked you off of TikTok, basically? You left TikTok because of him?
Who left TikTok? I'm sorry, what?
Dennis's story has been that he won, and so that made you leave.
He won the game. Well, I'll give it to him for a week, and then after that, that's all he got.
So I was out of the country, and I took the opportunity to tell everyone that he fled TikTok because I defeated him.
Yeah. That's too funny.
He fled to Australia, is what you told them.
I did. I fled to Australia. I was running low on kangaroos to spawn. And by the way, I got excellent prizes. This one is a Sikh lot, so that one not gonna last long. But hit me up.
But listen, I want to say to Cy's credit. So when I first reached out to Cy to try to get him to be my nemesis and start a feud on TikTok. I had like, I don't know, 50 followers, and he very correctly completely ignored me. And then when I had like, I don't know, 200, I came back and tried it again, and he was
No,
like,
wait, what are you talking about? I don't remember this. This is just
Yeah.
you in your mind. I don't know what you're
I
talking
know,
about.
it
I
is.
ignored you.
yeah, I commented on 3 of your videos in a row, like, hey, we should
You
have,
did.
we should nemesis. And then I waited a while, and I tried it again, and he was like, all right, we'll do it. So
No way, I don't
Very
remember
nice.
this. I
It was
actually
very-
don't remember this.
it was very nice of him to indulge me and help me out. So
Good God, I don't remember this. I am so sorry, brother. I really
no, that's
don't.
great. It worked out great.
I'm pretty responsive typically. All right.
Oh my god. Okay, so outside of the rivalry, outside of all the amazing books, which by the way, do you both have some of your books nearby you that you can like show everybody? Okay, so for Dennis's, it's The Girl from Nestrand. And then Cy's, we've got the All Being Chronicles, which is Awakening, Expansion, and I forget the third one. Was it Annihilation? That's what. Why can I?
And I know that Aunt Jen just put a video up about being a rule follower, but this is available in the TikTok shop, and I'll sign it for you.
We love TikTok shop.
Wait, you finally put it on the shop?
Yeah,
Hell yeah, brother. Nice. Nice.
yeah.
Nice.
Now you got to start doing lives like Cy does.
Not yet.
I've done it. I've done a couple. It's so hard because just scheduling wise, trying to figure out when to do it. There was a while at work where it was like I was there by myself quite a bit, and I could do it. I could do it from work. But once I get home, it's hard, family and stuff to
Yeah.
do. So
Yeah.
No, but you haven't missed about the pizza just yet, Agnes. So.
let's get the pizza thing out of the way.
Oh, do we have to? All right.
You keep talking about books. We can talk about books. You don't want to do this.
I want to hear Cy explain why burning a pizza at 900 degrees with 3 chunks of mozzarella on top of it's the best pizza.
It's not 3 chunks, buddy. It's 4, okay? Hey,
Okay.
Venus, what's going on, bro? Oh, God, no.
I'm gonna ask this individually to each of you.
Yeah.
So we'll start with you first, Cy, because I know this is gonna hurt the worst. Do you, Cy from Italy, like pineapple on your pizza?
Okay. What do you think my answer is going to be? I'm just
I know what it's gonna be, but I have to ask it because that's what I do.
I think I can't possibly imagine a worse thing in life than pineapple on pizza. I would rather be kicked in the nuts 3 times in a row. And then I would rather being kicked in the nuts 3 times in a row, set fire, and then after I was set fire, put out the fire, put fire ants on me. And then, and no.
Okay.
You would have
Okay.
to force feed me. You would have to force feed me pizza with pineapple. Like you would have to tie me down, jar my mouth all open up, and just hold it in place. And even then, I might just give myself a seizure not to eat it. I hope that satisfies you.
A simple no would have sufficed. Okay. No, that's fine. I knew that was coming. I was prepared for that to hurt, so it's okay. I'm gonna sit with that later.
Someone said that was so descriptive.
You're
just
right, or it should be.
I'll put this in context. We've all been through COVID and we all been through lockdown. One of the first nations that went through lockdown was Italy.
Okay.
And there were some pictures circulating around when the grocery stores were pretty much assaulted because people were buying as much as they could. And pictures were coming from the frozen department where everything had been cleaned out except the pizza with pineapple. So in Italy, it's just very few that bought it. It's usually for tourists or people that come living there. But the
Okay.
whole freezer was stuffed with nothing but pineapple. So just
Okay. All right. I'm gonna cry later, but it's okay right now. Let's go to Dennis. Dennis,
Yeah, that's what. Yes.
you knew that was coming. Sorry, I'm dead.
I know it's okay. I was prepared for it. I've been preparing all day for it. Do you, Dennis, like pineapple on your pizza?
So I like all kinds of pizza, and I mean, there's bad pizza, obviously, but generally I like all kinds of pizza. The best pizza I've ever had in my life, I used to live in northern Germany, and in Germany, and Cy might know about this, but in Germany, there's quite a few businesses where Italians go to Germany to run businesses. For example, like all the ice cream parlors in Germany are run by Italians, and they only come in the summer. So the business just sits there empty 8 months of the year, and then like an Italian family will come and open the ice cream parlor. What's that?
I was not aware of that.
Yeah, it's like and I lived in a little town, and there was like two of them, two ice cream parlors. Like every town in Germany has multiple ice cream parlors that are run by Italians that just come for 4 or 5 months, run the ice cream parlor, and then take the money back to Italy. And at least in the 90s, that was true. I don't know if that's still true. But there was an Italian restaurant in the town that was run by an Italian family, staffed by Italian. And the best pizza I've ever had in my life was there. And the best pizza I had there was the Hawaiian pizza, the ham and pineapple. It was fantastic.
Did I just get a yes? Oh my god. Okay. Amazing. That made up a little bit for the hard.
I'll be honest. I've had pineapple on pizza where it was bad. Like, it's not always good, but it can be done. It can be done well.
Sure. Okay. All right. No, I'm accepting this. This is good news, Dennis. I thought you were gonna hurt me more. So.
Dennis is just too nice.
I'll take it, Cy. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to get into was outside of writing, outside of pizza, outside of the rivalry, you both have things that you're doing on the site. So, Cy, on your lives, which I love this. I don't know if you're still doing them or not, where you were doing like the free writing and having people giving you suggestions.
Yeah.
Are you still doing those?
Yeah. And full disclosure to those who do not know, I didn't do my live last night because I was dealing with a big migraine, which I kind of still dealing with right now. But I skipped my live, and usually on Wednesday evening we do poetry. And what I do is I write 3 poems every Wednesday night with the help of my followers. They'll give me one word, whether it's a verb, a noun, an adjective, whatever. I said adverb already. But whatever it is, you give it to me, I'll write it down, and then I give myself a 5-minute timer, and I'll write a poem, and then I'll read it back to you guys. And then we come up with the idea to every 50 poems, we publish a small novella, and we'll do an anthology of them. And the self-published novellas, the self-published anthology will be sold pretty much close to cost. Whatever is on top of cost will be donating to a children's charity, which Ash is helping me choose.
Oh, I love that.
So it will be the first poetry anthology built entirely on TikTok by you guys and by me together. That
is so cool. I love that. How far are you into the?
We have about 32 poems. It would have been 35 yesterday if I had been live, but I would call it another 3-4 lives, and we'll have enough material to just publish on the first one.
Oh, that's so cool.
And then, I have they contacted me. I have a couple of artists that do watercolor and pencil work that will do a couple of illustrations for the book for free, knowing that the book will not earn anything. And so, we'll create this beautifully crafted set of novellas with poetry written on TikTok.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. So is it always on Wednesday nights when you do those lives?
Wednesday night is the only night I do poetry night, and we try to do them every Wednesday night. Once in a blue moon, the mood won't strike because I feel what the audience wants to talk about, and sometimes, as she knows, I'll be just like, this is not a night for poetry night, and people are just cool with that. You can tell. Okay. But then if it's a poetry night, I will let you know. It's really cool.
Yeah. That's awesome. I love that. Okay. So for all of you who are interested, Wednesday nights, go check that out, and then you can be a part of the project that's coming.
7 p.m. CST to 8:30 p.m. CST.
I mean, if nothing else, check it out to watch a guy write a really good poem in 20 minutes in a second language.
It is wild, you all. It's wild. Like, he'll just sit there and take all this and go, okay, we're gonna write for like 10 minutes, and bam, I'm like, what the hell? So it's really impressive, Si.
In case you're wondering why I hate him.
No. Yeah.
I thought it was the hair, Dennis. I thought we were all about the hair.
It's a person because I can't fix my hair anymore.
I don't care about the hair.
So, Dennis, you have I never get the acronyms right. Tell me what it is again. I can't see it. I'm blind.
It's the IIBL.
IIBL. Thank you.
The International Indie Book League.
There we go. Will you explain that to people? Because we're always reposting it, and I've had people say like, "What is this and what's going on?" So explain how that works.
What is it? So, my fiance came up with this idea of like doing something to kind of like help promote other authors, and she was like, "Why don't you do like a sports league?" And I'm like, I don't know how to do that. So I thought about it for a while, and this is what I came up with. And essentially, I got readers and writers. I elicited people to please submit heroes and villains from indie books. And Jen, I know you submitted, I think, one of Phineas Delegato's characters. And I told Side, whether he liked it or not, his characters were going in it. And I put mine, and then a bunch of other people did. So I don't remember how many. I think there's 18. I think I was going for 20 and I got 18. And then I made divisions, and they like play games every week, but it's just the fans or the authors or readers or whatever vote for their favorites, and then I just tally the votes, and then that's like the score of the game. And so we're like, I think 2 weeks away from there'll be playoffs, and then eventually a champion. So it's just a fun way to, like, and it's funny, like I bought Uncle James's book because of it, seeing how other people reacted to his character. I bought the Blue Rose to find out what the deal with Aster was, because that character was so popular. So hopefully other people are too. It's just interesting to kind of see.
The concept of what you've done with it is really cool. I'm excited for this to pick up, because I think it's going to be one of those things where, like, first season everybody's trying to figure out like, what is this? Yeah. And then I think starting next season, we start talking about it some more and promoting it some more. It's going to blow up, I think.
Yeah, and I would like to do, for the next season, I would like to try to figure out how to make it less like public access in my kitchen, and more like like an ESPN type show. But
gotcha.
I'm not the most technically proficient.
I remember the one you did where you were standing kind of behind a podium of sorts.
Yeah.
One of the first one that you did, like,
that was the first. Yeah, so I had someone. I used to do handyman work on the side, and somebody had this old lectern from like a Dutch church from God knows when, and they didn't want it. So I was like, "Oh, I'll take it," and I was like, "I'll fix it up." But somebody had already started trying to repair it and done a horrible job. It was all just like Bondo and filler, and it was terrible. So it just sat in my living room for like, I don't know, 5 years or something. I was just throwing mail on it, and then when I went to go do this, I was like, "Oh, I'll do like a press conference."
Yeah.
Like a mock press conference. So I stood at it, and I took questions about Cy Foster being the worst and whatever, and then announced the league. But then my oldest daughter got her own apartment, and I was like, "Hey, you want this thing?" And she's like, "Sure." So it's gone.
Oh, she's got the podium now.
Yeah, it's good.
That's awesome.
So I think the second one I said, unfortunately, I lost the podium the podium got lost in an unfortunate podium accident. But in reality, I just gave it away.
Fair enough. So for anybody out there that has heroes and villains in your books, the next season that comes around of the IIBL, when he announces this, you reach out to Dennis, you let him know, like, "Hey, this is my hero, this is my villain," and then they're going to compete against other heroes and villains, and people vote for it. So,
and I try like every other week, I try to mention like either the title of the book they're from or the author's name. Like I'm trying to, and I try to tag as many authors as I can so they're aware of it.
Yeah. But, no, it's great. I love it. I love the idea.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's coming up next on the horizon now? Cy, you, as far as your little spicy novel there, talk to me a little bit, because I know we were all kind of poking at you to do this, and you did it.
Yeah. One of my most prolific, I guess, video was one that I was making fun of. And the 90% of the women on the video were in favor of a man writing smut, whereas there were about 10-15% of them that were like, gatekeeping the zone.
Okay.
And that irked me big time.
Okay.
And so I decided right there and then that I was going to write a first-person POV male perspective fighting novel. And I did. And I wrote it. It was on and off, as I was focusing on my fantasy series that I'm working on. And because it's a novella, it's a smaller endeavor to take care of. And that's what I did. I wrote a a first POV, male perspective, slice of life. Uh, think of it like think of it like a little bit of a very dramatic Hallmark grief-based novella.
Okay. Okay.
And that's what I did. And so I did. There's no fantasy in it. I know it's not a romantasy. I'm so sorry. Uh,
It's
Maybe at
okay.
some point I'll do a romantasy novella that's more smart oriented. But as says it's a 3 out of 5 spice, so I guess that's a decent amount of spice to start with.
That's good.
Um, yeah, and I'm waiting for the last proof of the book before I can officially say it's out for sale. Because I ordered the proof and it came back, and there were a few formatting issues that I have to fix. But we're almost there, so hopefully in time for Christmas. Who knows?
I'm excited for this. It's awesome.
Yeah.
And then your fantasy, so this is a new series that you're starting on your fantasy side, correct?
I'm sorry, what did you ask? You kind of froze for me.
Oh, sorry, your fantasy book, that's going to be part of a series too, correct?
Yeah, it's a 5 book series.
Okay. That one, when, like, do you have an idea? Are you still writing that or?
Yeah, I'm still writing it. Originally, it was the first release was supposed to be by the end of March. I will be frank, I'm not quite sure that will happen by the end of March. I will still try,
Sure.
but there's a lot that needs to happen with the book for it to be ready by March, and I don't foresee that happening. So May is looking more like the date. I'm definitely update people. I'm at about 120,000 words right now on the first novel, and there's about 35 to 40,000 more to go.
Oh, fun.
And then there's going to be at least 2 major rewrites of the story. So there's a lot of work. I actually had to pause my map designer. She designs maps by hand,
Oh, cool.
and I paid the deposit, and I basically had to tell her, "Hey, look, hold on to the deposit. I'm going to reach out to you when I'm ready to design a map." Because a lot of the map has changed with I have it right here, and so I can't finalize anything. I can't even finalize a cover because a lot is changing.
Sure.
But it's still pretty much happening. I actually have it open right now. I was working on it right now, so
Oh, nice.
it's gonna happen. I
It's
can't release a lot of details just yet, but
That's okay.
uh, the book is going to be about 5 different POVs, 2 main characters, a female and a male,
Okay.
2 different magic systems and magic species, and 2 maps. So it's a pretty massive endeavor.
That's a very like all-encompassing world building that you're
The
doing.
world building is insane. I have Bibles everywhere of this. It's
Okay.
insane. I
Okay.
spent a long time on
I'm excited for it. That's
it.
awesome. All right. So, and then Dennis, you're working on The Girl from Restaurant Part 2, correct?
Too, yeah. It's almost done.
That's what he
Nice.
said 3 months ago too, though.
We all say that. Is it as far as it's almost done? The writing is almost done, or the
Yeah, the writing is almost done.
very cool. How are
Yeah,
you feeling about it since doing your first one?
well, I approached it very differently. So the first one, I didn't know I was going to be a novel. I was just goofing around when I started it, and that's why I said like the story. The characters kind of ran off with the story. I had the characters very well defined, the 3 or 4 main characters, and they ran off with a story. I hadn't really maybe thought too much about where it was going, but they totally took control of it. So this time I outlined the whole thing because I know where it needs to go now to end, and that's been a very different process trying to write within the outline. I don't prefer it, but if I didn't do that, I think maybe it might have been a 5 book series because I might never have gotten there. But which I didn't want to do.
Yeah.
But so it's been really different doing that. So there's like chapters that I've outlined that I have to happen that I kind of don't want to write. Like, I don't want to do that one, so I just like skipped around a little bit. The first one I wrote chronologically. I started on page 1 and finished. I went completely in order.
Yeah.
So it's just been a very different experience, and there's been other just challenges in life that jumped up with this one. So it's kind of pushed it. But originally I planned to have it out this year, but once I realized that was not going to happen, I decided to just publish it on the same day as part 1, just a year later. So part 1 came out March 9th, 2025, and then part 2 is going to come out March 9th, 2026.
Okay. Okay. I feel you on the challenging with plotting because you and I've talked about this. Like I'm a pantser too, and that
Yeah.
having to stay within a boundary, it hurts my brain. I see why people do it, and I want to do it myself, but it hurts my brain to try
Yeah.
and.
Well, I was recently. It was funny. I kind of had stalled on the whole thing. Like size not wrong. A couple months ago, I said it was almost done, and I didn't. I don't think I wrote since Cy and I had that conversation. And maybe 2 weeks ago, right around Thanksgiving, I was actually helping another author with a problem they were having. So that someone reached out to me and was like, "Can you help me with this?" And I was like walking them through it and kind of like talking them off the ledge a little bit. And then at the end of that conversation, I went to the manuscript and I read the outline. And I was like, it's a good story. Like, as much as there's parts of it that I personally may not enjoy writing, like it really is a good story that I think people will love reading. And so it's like, all right, I'm gonna get it done. So ever since I've written over 1,000 words a day every day since then, and I'm
Nice.
just making myself sit down and do it. So that's yeah, it really is actually, you know, the manuscript will be done before the end of the year.
Okay. Okay. So
Yeah.
let me ask you, Sai, because I would assume for your fantasy books you're probably plotting very heavily because you need to, yeah. For the All Being Chronicles, have you always been a plotter, or
No, the Obion Chronicle is a hybrid between plotting and painting. I plotted the whole first book, and then much like them, says these characters took off. And
okay?
so mine took off halfway through and decided to do whatever the hell they wanted to do. And so when I did my next rewrite, I kind of brought it back to the plotting, but not fully. Um, book two was the same. I plotted a lot of it, most of it, and then pantsed the rest of it. Book three was almost entirely panting, though I had notes for each chapter, if that makes sense. It wasn't a full plot, but it was mostly panting. So the fantasy is completely different. I'm really going by the book on that one.
Yeah.
There's way just too many details for me to pants because if I start to pants, I'm gonna fall into a lot of pitfalls and potholes.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice.
And
Suck
I
up.
don't want to do that because I know I have quite a few in the Obion Chronicles that I couldn't avoid because I pants a lot. I mean, still a decent read to go through the whole story and get to the end, but I don't want that to happen to the fantasy series.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think a lot of people that do fantasy tend to plot
Yeah.
a lot more than any other genre, just because of that. There's so much involved with it.
Yeah, imagine you're writing a fighting scene with some sort of magic in it, and you plotted magic before in a different scene, and you know that there's a counter curse or there are certain criteria that the spell needs to meet in order to be cast, and then all of a sudden you start to pants and you forget about it.
Yeah.
And
And
then
the readers aren't going to forget.
Yeah.
exactly, the readers will never forget.
And they will
And so
never let you forget.
yeah, you're like, wait a minute, now he can do fire, but he can do it before.
I did, I did that actually in the Girl from the Strong Part 1 at one point. I think Hatch lost his hatchet, and then like 2 pages later, he was doing something with it, and
Yep.
my editor was like, well, "How'd he get it back?" And I was like, "Shit." Okay, I totally
First
forgot
book, man,
about
first books, it happens. We will, well, first armor authors will all go through it. It's fine.
Yeah.
You know.
that. I'm sure I did it again in the second one.
I was telling him a week or two ago, I was writing up a scene and there was a woman in a room and I left her in a room for like 3 weeks and walked out and forgot about her. So I had to go back and get her. Sorry about that.
Yikes! I have another character here. I forgot.
Yeah, she was just hanging out by herself. So
Yeah.
awesome. Okay, so where can we find all of your wonderful books, gentlemen?
So the only thing available right now is The Girl from the Strong Part 1. It's available on Amazon and also available as an audiobook a bunch of places. I don't know all where.
Where fine books are sold?
Where fine audiobooks are sold, and here on the TikTok shop. And if you buy it here on TikTok, I'll sign it for you.
We love TikTok shop. Okay. Sai, same thing for you, where fine books are sold?
Amazon or TikTok shop.
Okay, fantastic.
You can buy the bundle as well on TikTok, and I sign each and every book personally.
Okay. So, y'all, you want the signed copies. I know you do. So go through TikTok Shop, which we love, and get them from the gentleman. Thank you. I know, Sai, I know you've got a headache. I'm going to let you out because I know how painful it is to sit with light in your face.
I have literally the Ring camera on my face, so.
Yeah, so I'm going to let you guys go, but thank you so much. You are amazing. Y'all, please go follow them, go buy their books, and don't forget that next week is going to be Mama D. Mama D is going to be here. So.
I'm going to add one last thing, if you allow me.
Yeah, of course.
Don't ever, under any circumstance, for any reason, ever trust Dennis Brown. Whatever he can do.
You heard it from Sai. Oh, one more question, Sai.
Oh boy. Bye.
Now that we found you, are we going to have to go looking for you again?
No, not unless I'm going for another 2 weeks vacation. So you're fine. I was enjoying the beauty of Japan, so okay. And I wanted to be unplugged. Yeah.
Fair enough. All right.
If something happens, I'll be here.
Okay, we know where to find him now, y'all. So thank you so much. I appreciate you both so much.
Thank you, Jen. Thank you,
All right.
Dennis.
Thank you, Jen.
Have a good one.